Sarah here with Fit Healthy Moms, and today I want to give you a handful of back exercises. So I know I talk about pull-ups all the time, and pull-ups are great, and assisted pull-ups are awesome, but I want to give you an alternative because I know pull-ups aren't everyone's favorite thing to do, and plus variety is a great thing. So I want to give you a handful of other back exercises that you can do to strengthen those back muscles, those postural muscles. They're so important to your posture, but additionally, if you're vain and you want to look good in a tank top, you kind of want to have some muscle showing back there. So if you're anything like me and you notice people out in public and you point out to your significant other, oh my gosh, look at her back, like I always do. So it's great to have those muscles back there because they look pretty. So I'm going to show you a handful of exercises. All these exercises today, or the first bunch of them, are all going to be in a bent over position here. This position is really, really important for a number of reasons. It makes you use your core, it helps strengthen your posture, but also I want you to be really aware if you have any low back fatigue with that posture, make sure that you're alternating exercises, other exercises in between sets. So you're not doing exercise after exercise in that bent over position. So you might want to alternate a back exercise and a lower body exercise, or a back exercise and a chest exercise where you're laying on your back, or even a back exercise that's bent over with some sort of ab exercise. So that you're not doing exercise after exercise where you're here in this bent position because the low back will get tired. So the really important thing about this position is that you always do it in front of a mirror. I tell people, go to the gym and be vain. Let yourself check yourself out in the mirror so that you can see that your back is flat here, because a lot of people are rounded and they don't know it, and it's really hard to tell if you're flat or rounded unless you look in a mirror. So if I'm in this position here and I'm rounded, which most people are from sitting at computers, you want to stick the butt out, stick the chest out, bring the shoulders back, and then here's where I'm going to do my work from. So you can see my back is nice and flat from this position. I'm also going to stay fairly low. If I start to come up, now I've totally changed the exercise. So I'm going to start with a bent over row and show you exactly what I mean. So exercise number 1, you're bent over row, my feet are about hip width apart, butt out, chest out, my abs are pulling up so my low back is protected, and then I'm going to go into my row right here. So I'm keeping my elbows in tight to my body as I row. Now if I start to stand up here, this is a totally different exercise. So making sure that I keep my lower body low down the whole time. So there's exercise 1, that's a row, just a standard row. Then from there you can also do an underhand row, where I'm going to just rotate my grip. This is going to give me a little more biceps, and I'm going to, same idea, drive the elbows up, shoulder blades squeeze together. So I'm still pulling the abs tight, pulling through those shoulder blades when I get to the top. My grip is pretty loose because I really want to feel those back muscles pulling the weight. If my grip is really tight, I'm going to be right here, pulling with my arms, and I'm not going to be engaging through those back muscles. Next one, this one you'll probably want to go a little bit lighter in your weight, and you're going to go into what's called a T row, what I call a T row. So again, it's just a simple change of your where your grip is. So instead of being underhand grip, we're going to go into that overhand grip, so my palms are facing my knees, back still flat, abs are pulling up, and I'm going to come up and I'm making a T. So if you watch here, my elbows drive out and my wrists just kind of hang out right below the elbows. I call it ragdoll arms. So my elbows drive and the wrists just hang kind of nice and limp right here. Next exercise, we're going to be in that same position one more time, but we're going to go a lot lighter on the dumbbells because we're going to be bringing the weight far from the body. So I have people start on this one at 3 or 5 pound dumbbells. You could even start with soup cans if this is totally new to you. So back in that position, abs tight, butt out, chest out, shoulders back. My back is flat, and then from here, I'm going to come out and shoulder blades squeeze together. Again, my grip is very loose on the dumbbells as I feel those arms pulling together. From the front, you can see I'm going way out. My arms are coming very far from my body as I come out. Last back exercise, I'm going to give you a break from that bent over position. We're going to go down to the floor in push-up position, and we're going to do a renegade row. So there's a handful of ways to do this. I'm going to show you one of the easier ways today. So you're going to come into a push-up position. You want that dumbbell right between your hands. So down onto the floor, abs are nice and tight. You can also do this from your knees right here. I'm going to show you from my hand or from my toes. So down in this position, I'm going to come up, row, bring it down, switch to the other arm, row, bring it down. So now this has turned it into a full body exercise. I'm working my core to keep my hips stable. I'm working my chest and shoulders as I hold myself up, and I'm working my back as I row. That's a fun one. So handful of back exercises you can do on those days you don't want to do your pull-ups. I hope you've learned a lot, and I hope you check back soon with fithealthymoms.com.